All right, everyone. Hello. Ready for another 10 minutes? Let's flip on the magic 10-minute timer. Get started with something quick. Thought I'd continue on with the stencils. This is another Stencil Girl stencil. And last time I had talked about how some of the stencils have so much potential. This one is very specific for mark making. This one was a club one. You can see it didn't come super clean in all the areas, but it's got, I'll put this behind it. You can see a variety of different sections in one stencil. Any piece of this could be used and just add some texture and cool stuff. So like I thought on this looks a little plain, so maybe it would be cool to do some mark making on it. And so I'll just set this down on here. Again, I could tape it down, but I'm just not going to. And I thought today, I'm going to slide this up a little bit. I thought today on this video I would use, I'm trying to get this flat. I've got too much stuff. Didn't I say that last time? I thought I'd show you this Eyes Ink. This is textile paper paste, it's called. I think it was discontinued, maybe. It's made in France. I know I got it on sale, and it's cool, but it doesn't smell that good. So I'm not sure what's in here, but it doesn't smell that good. But it looks cool. It works. So again, nice, and you can scrape it real thin. And end up with some little extra marks I didn't intend. That's okay. No rules, right? Let's put this down. Try to spread it as thin as I can. My left-handed dilemma here to try and get into this without getting into that other little spot. But if it does, it does. I do want these dots though. Maybe I'm even okay with some of these other marks because I just don't want to have to be that fussy. Like, I want this to be enjoyable and not be freaking out. I only have 10 minutes. I don't have time to freak out and try to figure out how to take marks off once I've put them down with this stuff. So they'll just be there, and I think it's going to be cool. And art doesn't always turn out like what you have in your head. But that doesn't mean it's not amazing. So just put this down. This is a really nice kind of thinnish texture paste. It's not crazy thick, which is nice, and it hasn't hardened. It's fairly new, at least for me. I'm really trying to get better about using what I have, not saving it, right? Making sure I'm intentional about giving time to the different forms of art that I like, so that my stuff doesn't go to waste. So there we go. That's pretty cool. When that dries, it'll stay kind of shiny like that. And I think it loses some of its shine, and it'll also have some dimension to it, like I'll be able to rub it. But that is like super shiny and cool. I like that. Very nice. And I have a yellow version of this and a white version. Again, I got them just on sale, and those, they had some other colors I think too that I wasn't particularly fond of, but I thought black and white, it's like a pearlescent white, are always usable, and I didn't really have anything in yellow, and sometimes you just want a yellow to do stuff with, so I got the yellow too. Seemed like a color I could work with, and I think the pearlescent can probably mix things into it, like a pigment powder or gelato or something, probably. I haven't tried it. I don't know that I've actually used the pearlescent, but I should, because like I said, I'm going to try to make an effort to use my stuff. And I would suspect I could mix color in there, because usually you can do that with any of the kind of artsy mediums like this. So there we go. That's as clean as that's going to be, and I'm okay with that. Then I thought I would do on here some stars. I'm not actually so I don't end up ruining this. This was from last time. See, dried all nice, pretty, super cool. And I thought in here I could do maybe again some stars coming out of the pocket. And I thought I would do it with the Nuvo paste, which you saw last time. But last time I used the stencil brush, so I put it on really thin. This time I thought I could do it with Scooper. Again, it's not as moussey as it usually is, but it'll still work for this. Sometimes I even like to just kind of soften it up in a little bit. Kind of like when you're molding clay. I don't know if it actually helps, but in my head it does. All right, and just smooth this on here. Just because it's thicker, I just have to be a little bit more pressure. But one nice thing is sometimes when things are too soft, they go through the stencil really easy. This won't seep at all. I shouldn't have any seepage here. What I'm putting down, unless I accidentally pick the stencil up and jam this underneath it, should stay right in line and be nice and crisp on the stencil, or on the paper through the stencil. And I can add a little more like I'm doing and make it a little bit thicker. I don't want it to be too thin. There's some places where I was seeing a little bit of the graying of the paper, and I just don't really want that. So I'm going to just cover that up. Just going to put this in here. And that's the one thing I think I don't like about these, is just how quick they dry. Now granted, I have had these for a while, but they did dry pretty fast on me. I have ones that are newer too, and I don't even know if when I got them, if they were all very moussey. Some of them might have even been kind of hard when I got them. I think that's feedback I've heard from other crafty people too who have used this. It's just that while it's super cool, it just doesn't stay moussey for very long. It just hardens really fast. And people have all kinds of tricks for trying to reinvigorate them or re-moisten them, and I'm not really all that interested in it. It's still usable. I don't want to have to experiment and then wreck the whole thing. I'd rather just use it a little bit hard and be able to still use it. If it turns out to be like a rock and then it becomes unusable, well, then then you can try whatever you try. Then you've lost nothing. So there we go. You can see thicker, right? And that'll have more of a 3D texture. I think that's fun. And then maybe even scrape that off and put something on here that already has dots. So maybe some other dots would be fun, or should I do stars there too? So you have to be quick with these decisions because, as you know, I don't have a ton of time. Yeah, we'll do that, sure. Since I already have some aqua on there, let's just use this aqua glitter paste again. And this is like a artist trading card size stencil, again from Stencil Girl. I do have some stencils I've bought from other places, but I have my big binder of all my Stencil Girl products just sitting right here at my desk, and they're my go-to more than any other, although I do use others. But they're just my general go-to now that I've made the investment in the club, and I just happen to really like their stencils. Here I am almost out of time, but I think that's going to look good. There we go. Ooh, super cool. I like that a lot. So there you go. You just got to try things. Let's take a look at this again now. This other one, I don't think it's dry yet. No, it's getting there. It's getting there. Still kind of shiny, not quite as much as before, but still cool. And I could add even more onto that once that dries if I wanted more texture with the same color, different color. whatever. I was going to show you my Deco Foil transfer gel and foil, but I just don't have time because my 10-minute timer says I'm out. So with that, I am out. Thanks again for tuning in. Bye.